joining us tonight.
Good evening, good evening.
A lot of evening, my fellow commentator, SkunkWorx. How are you doing, man?
All good, all good. I am looking forward to another round of our Hypercar Series.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Well, it seems that we've got only a small group racing tonight, but I think between them we'll see some awesome racing as well.
I think so.
If you guys are joining from the streams, we've got a Cam 1 and a Cam 2 stream tonight. Also, a very first time for ORLSA to have two proper streams running at the same time.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to your feedback as well. In fact, I'm going to drop the link in the chat on my side. So if you're currently watching from my side, can you drop it in my
chat as well?
Okay.
If it's possible.
Well, if someone watching, if you could just copy and paste for me, thank you.
Any case, so we've got new stuff that we're testing out. We've got the sponsor logo that we added into the stream at the bottom right corner, as you guys can see. And I've also added, we created a nice sponsor ad for the series as well. You guys can see also now on the left hand side we've got the championship standings that is currently from round 1. We've got that in as well. So yeah, we're looking to improve the stream, and I think so far it's going good. I've worked on a couple of things with SkunkWorx over the weekend, and I think our streaming is getting to another level.
Step by step, hopefully, yeah.
Guys, I'm going to take the next 30 seconds. I'm just going to play the sponsorship ad on the stream. Just give it a couple of seconds, look through it. It's from Mayfair Gearbox. So if you got any Gearbox questions or queries, you can just give them a call. Oh, sorry, Gary, I don't know if you downloaded this video. I can't remember.
No. I'll add it onto the next one. Right, all the guys have readied up.
Okay, just give me 1 second. This video is almost done. Okay. Yeah, there you go, guys.
Okay, cool. Let's go straight into it. Here we go.
Yeah, into the race.
Right, so the advantage behind having two screens is we're supposed to be able to give two completely different perspectives on the race.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on board with Battered Zero, and you can jump on board with Albert's perhaps.
Right, okay. No problem.
From the start.
Yeah. Let's do it. And there's the current leaderboard. Very nice. I like it.
Oh, and Battered Zero is already into the wall. Way too much power there.
Oh, divot. Oh no, lost the rear end first corner. And we know those McLarens are good as well. Oh, Ezekiel on the inside.
I'm on board with Battered Zero there, as Ezekiel is trying to get past Albert, and the both of them looks like they're having a good battle. Actually.
Oh my word! Now this is set to heavy rain throughout the entire race. 3 pit stops, 28 laps. Hypercar, Silverstone.
And you can clearly see the Ferrari having the edge on Albert there into that long left-hander coming up to the old main straight where the races usually started from.
Yeah, Albert's impressive in that McLaren.
Well, he's currently dropped down to 4th. Does he have damage on that McLaren?
Doesn't look like at this stage. Maybe he's just taking it easy, you know, just trying to feel the track again.
Most probably, yeah. Okay.
So I'm still on board with Albert.
I'm just going to quickly run from the back forwards. Okay, so we've got David, or Divet. He is definitely struggling. I don't think he's used to playing without traction control and things like that. He's definitely struggling to get around the track. But as the 28 laps goes on, he'll get better by each lap.
Damn, this
So
McLaren
is the
looks
AM
good.
group. It does look good. The green, it really does look good on Albert. And he's giving us a bit of a drift as well.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to make a move there on battered zero, but he just gave it a bit too much on the throttle.
So, just to give the guys a bit feedback on the Divet is out of the race, I think.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He was having some technical difficulties as well.
Yes, he has been struggling to get into online lobbies as well. So just to give you guys a bit of feedback on what the AM group is all about. The AM group is for the guys learning Forza, trying to get to the ropes of it. Oh, and as we see Batter Zero going very wide at the, is this the final couple of corners? Trying to figure out where on track we are. No, it's actually not the final couple of corners, it's the first couple of corners.
I'm just admiring this metallic purple of Bucktomb in the Hispana. Very nice. There we go, and he's holding first place. It looks like Ezekiel wants to make a move though. Oh! Very close going into that corner.
I'm on board with Ezekiel now.
Oh, he's gone for it. He's taken first.
Well, that Ferrari seems well handled around Silverstone in the wet.
Yeah, he's not messing around. Oh, but the Hispana's coming
But
back.
as soon as they get to the top end... Oh, and there's contact. Oh, Ezekiel did well to keep it going.
Bucktomb lost out on that exchange.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Oh my word, that is unfortunate.
I'm trying to see where the action is. Oh yeah, let's change the loop data.
Yes. Okay, so I'm looking at Albert is only 0.2 seconds behind Bucktomb at this stage, and he's going to try and go for the overtake here. So yeah, if you are K-Tech, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining. So yeah, if you are new to Forza and you want to join a league, you can definitely come and start out in the AM group. These guys are all learning the game, driving together. So yeah, it's
just
quite
casual
good fun.
gamers. Yeah, hanging out.
Yes, yes. And Alberts is still currently in third place. He's not getting past Bucktomb. And
It looks like
Bucktomb,
Ezekiel is running away at the front there. Oh no, as I say that.
I won't say he's running away with it. I think Bucktomb's mistake actually helped him create that gap. But as soon as they get to the stretches where you need top end, you can see that Ezekiel is actually struggling in that Ferrari.
And that Spana, if he can just, he needs more straights. He's got lots of power. You can see that.
Yes, definitely. It's going to be fantastic to see once these guys start pitting.
Where's Alberts? I thought he'd be up there by now.
No, he is. Looks like he's struggling a bit in the McLaren around the wet here. Battered Zero, definitely, he did a good job on this Ferrari of his, with the Italian flag going over the roof and the bonnet.
Oh, the liveries, yeah, they're amazing.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Alberts is right on the backside of Bucktomb through there, so he's obviously much quicker. Oh, but on the straights he loses out big time.
Yeah, that's Spana is freaking fast. And it looks good as well.
That's what I like about this series. All the cars look amazing.
And the color schemes that these guys are testing out, it's just working out perfectly.
On that note, I'm going to go to the Hollywood cams.
Oh, I've been on the Hollywood cams the entire time. So yeah, guys, if you're watching, give us feedback on what you guys think about the sponsorship logo scrolling around at the bottom right corner, and then also seeing the championship standings coming through every now and again on the stream.
Absolutely.
What your guys' thoughts about that?
You guys are part of the process, so we need your feedback.
Yes. Yes, please.
I think Alberts can take him here.
Yeah, he's going to go for it on around the outside. No, inside, outside. Where is he going to go? He's going to on the outside. Let's see. The spawner is very late on the brakes and he overshoots it. That gives Alberts the opportunity to go through on the inside.
Some retaliation from
It's getting
Bucktoon.
very close. Oh, let's see. I'm on board with Bucktoon. Yeah, are you still on board with?
I'm on with
Alberts?
Alberts. Yep.
Okay, so we can actually see both angles now, and Bucktoon is on the.
Oh,
on
no,
the
he's
grass.
touched the grass. See, there's some
Oh, as
dark
soon as
clouds
you
coming
touch
in
the
as well.
grass- If you touch the grass on these cars, you can forget about slowing down.
There we
And
go.
that is given the place, third place now to Battered Zero.
I've got Jester in
Now
the
it's
chat.
all
He's
up.
cheering on Team CBR.
Oh, that's good.
He
that's
reckons
good.
first and second.
Oh, that's good.
So can Alberts catch Ezekiel? That's the question.
Well, I'm on board here with Ezekiel, and this Ferrari, the livery is freaking awesome. The red and white just blends in perfectly on this car.
Yeah. And somehow this low light, with it being cloudy, the metallic paintwork seems to be popping more.
Yes, it does. It does.
Oh, we've got Jester also. Compliments on the presentation on the broadcast. Thank you very much, man. It's all Ice Cube. He's the one been sweating
Thank
away.
you, Gary. Well, I'm trying to. I'm really trying to.
I think you've done a
But
stunning
thank
job.
you, guys. I really appreciate that. The effort going in is definitely to make it more user or viewer friendly at the end of the day.
Right. We're like Jobs and Wozniak.
Sorry, say again, Gary.
We're like Jobs and Wozniak, Apple.
I'm on board with Alberts here, and this green is just brilliant.
Battered
He's done a very
Zero
good
seems
job
to
on
have
the level.
disappeared, though. Where's he gone in third?
Maybe he's gone into the pits. I just want to quickly see. I can't remember the pit windows again. It's between lap 6 and 22 that they are allowed to pit, so only the end of this lap.
Right, okay.
Well, Battered Zero is currently in third. It's Bucktoon that's trying to
that's
catch up to
correct.
the back of.
He was in third and now
Yes.
he's in fourth. Right.
Yes, remember he tried to go on the outside. And
Yeah,
then touch
lost
the
that
grass.
big time.
Yeah, and that's the second time on that specific corner that he's actually lost
Got
out.
some Grand Tour decals on his Ferrari, very nice. Spy, also like it. Looking good. Ice Ice Baby from Jester in the chat.
Thank you, Jester. I really appreciate that, man.
So yeah, part of the new presentation, if you've just joined the race, you'll see periodically in the bottom left we have the current standings for the AM Championship, and they'll be updated per race.
Yes. Yeah, that will definitely be updated per race, and as the guys continue during the series, it will be updated.
Bucktoon has just taken back third position from Battered Zero. He outbroke himself.
Yeah, so I've got that. I'm following Buck Toom currently on the stream. I'm just keeping an eye on the top two as well because that gap is now 1.5 seconds.
But I'm
So
going to
it
jump
looks
back
like
on board.
Albert is definitely
I'm going to go with Albert.
catching. Okay, I'll in a couple of moments I'll drop on board with Ezekiel
Okay.
as that as he gets closer to go for the overtake.
Hey, can he do it? We know he can.
Okay, guys, I've just added in my stream now in the chat the link to see both streams at the same time.
Yeah, at two different
And then you
angles.
have a left and right view of it.
The gap doesn't seem to be closing at this stage, though. Are you on board with Ezekiel?
I'm gonna jump on board with him now.
Oh, more support for CBR there, MD4. Stream looks good as well, guys.
That's good.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Oh, he's closing now. Ezekiel looked like he locked up on the braking. If I'm not mistaken, Alberts has the fastest lap as well with a 2:12.
And the gap is now 1 second.
Ooh, wide on the exit. Gonna cost him. Just can't close that gap. Doing everything he can in that McLaren.
Yeah. Well, it seems that the McLaren has definitely got the legs on him on the straights, but when it comes to the corners, it seems that Ezekiel can take that gap back again.
Now, they have to fit 3 mandatory pit stops in between now and the end of the
starting
race.
From lap 6 to lap 22, they have to do 3 stops.
It's going to make it really interesting now because we won't know until the last couple of laps who's in the lead.
Yeah, actually, yes. The gap between Battered Zero and Bucktoom is also 8 seconds or 9 seconds.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Lost out big time there
It
then.
seems. I wonder if Battered Zero went for all-wheel drive, or did he stick to rear-wheel drive on this Ferrari of his? Because it seems that the all-wheel drive definitely has a lot more traction in
Yeah, but
the
a lot
wet
less
conditions.
top end. Maybe he went for speed.
Well, in the wet conditions, you probably don't need as
Oh, Ezekiel
high
got
top
stuck.
end.
Oh. Alberts is on top of him now.
Oh my word!
If he gets caught up, it might be worth going for a pit stop.
Yeah, that would be probably the best thing to do now. You go for the early stop, but the problem is you also don't want to put. Well, he's gonna need to put the end of this lap. That Ferrari won't be able to do another lap.
Right, okay.
Yes.
I wonder if Alberts knows this then.
That would be interesting to know. I'm sure Alberts has checked the chats to see that the Ferrari couldn't go past 8 laps. Now, these guys are very thirsty when it comes to petrol usage.
Yeah, well, they don't think of economy when they're designing a hypercar, do they?
That's true. That is so true. You think about how fast it can go. You don't think about how fast it drinks the fuel.
Albert's drifting again there on the exit. Costs him time.
Oh, he's trying to catch up to the back of Ezekiel here.
He's trying everything.
Definitely.
Ezekiel's doing a fantastic job.
I just want to say the same thing. So far, he's handling the pressure quite well. Only made that one mistake that cost him a bit of time, but since then he's been able to keep calm head and keep it in first place already. And the gap is still steady at 1.1 seconds still.
Well, in these conditions as well, it requires maximum concentration. I mean, a normal race requires maximum concentration, but when you're avoiding puddles as well and trying to make moves. Oh, there we go. Ezekiel's going in.
And yeah, Ezekiel's going into the pits as I predicted.
Albert's chance.
End of lap 8.
Let's see if you can get that McLaren wound up for a couple of decent laps. Oh, that didn't help.
Well, I'm on board with Alberts now as Ezekiel is in the pits. I'm not sure what the fuel usage is on this McLaren around this track, especially because I know with the Regera that I'm using that you can almost do about 20 laps without needing to pit. So if I was him and if I can do those kinds of laps, I'll go to lap 20 and then just do 3 pit stops in a row or till lap 19.
Oh, like a double or triple stack. Yeah.
Yeah, like a triple stack. Well, with the AM group, they can definitely do that. But once you go over to the semi-pro group, there's actually pit windows for each pit stop, which makes it a bit more difficult to actually plan the perfect pit strategy.
There's going to need to be 3 windows as well now,
Yeah, there is 3 windows, and I think it's lap 5 to 8, if I can remember correctly.
Alberts is wringing everything out of that McLaren right now.
I have to say, this McLaren's lights reflecting from the road, it looks fantastic.
So
they just did a wonderful job with this game when it comes to the graphics.
I'm going to jump on board with Ezekiel because I want to see where Alberts comes out while Ezekiel's racing, and let's see if he can keep it as clean.
Ezekiel is currently 20 seconds behind Alberts. Will that be enough?
I don't know. I've just seen him drift it a couple. Oh, again. Third time. He's going to be losing a lot of time if he keeps doing that.
Are you on board with Ezekiel now?
I am at the moment, yeah.
No, he's struggling to get the tyres heated up.
I wonder what pressure these guys have got the tyres at.
Because that makes also a huge... Okay, and then we've got someone else going into the pits now. That is Buck Tomb going into the pits. And Ezekiel is now 9.3 seconds behind as he went into the pits. So Ezekiel will get his second place back.
Now, yeah.
And Alberts is still...
Is he still out?
Going around.
Right, he is.
Yeah, he's still going around.
I wonder what he's going to do for his strategy. It looks like he could be leaving his pits late.
Yeah, it could be. I just hope that he is checking the... the fuel usage. And you know what? He is without petrol.
No.
He doesn't... If I look at his gauge... Okay, he's still going now. But I think he is cutting it very late.
Oh my word. Let's jump back on board with Alberts then, let's see.
Yeah, I'm on board with him. As you guys can see on the screen right now, you can actually see his gauge and his rev count and actually his speed as well. And he is short shifting.
I was going to say he's cruising there.
Yeah, he is losing so much time now.
Oh no!
He's without petrol.
Oh no!
He is stuck without.
Can you believe
petrol.
it? Oh no!
He's
Oh,
you guys are.
that's
feeling
it.
the first
He pulls over.
for
Right.
everything. And then hands Ezekiel.
And Ezekiel passes him on track. Oh no! Alberts is going to be kicking himself.
Oh my word! He's cruising at 9 k's per hour.
There we go. We've got the
Oh
Jitspees
my
in the chat as well. Come on, Team CBR. We've got plenty of support for CBR tonight. Oh no, Alberts.
Just to reply on your question there, yes, the 3 stops is compulsory. Oh my word. Can you believe that?
Oh no. And there's no way just to give him a push start back to the pits.
Oh well, and the guys, and you've put it on
Simulation.
ghosted.
Oh yes.
Ghosted back markers, I believe.
Yes.
So that even means that once they come around to lap him, he will not be able to. They won't be able to push him.
No, he's on his own now. Oh, unfortunate.
Oh my word! Can you believe that? And he practiced so hard for this.
Yeah.
For this race. I'm on board with Battered Zero now, and he's only 2 seconds behind Buck Doom.
And
So
so
it seems that he's getting into the groove here.
they've got a race going on then. It's a shame we haven't had such a low attendance for the AM guys in a long time.
Yes, yeah, that is true. Oh my word, can you believe it? Albert stuck on on the back straight. And he's getting lapped now as well.
Is his car moving slowly at least?
Very slowly, he's going like 11 km per hour as Ezekiel comes past. Oh, Albert went 1 lap too far. Can you believe it?
Lesson learnt, isn't it? Such a shame.
Yeah.
Soul
And
destroying.
as Buck Doom get past him. Oh my word, that is so unfortunate.
Yep, Jester saying also in the chat, it's yours, Ezekiel. It looks like it, man. You got a clear lead.
So far, definitely.
Hope he keeps an eye on his petrol gauge.
Well, that is unfortunate.
There it is. And the race is split up as
And
well.
he was leading the championship as well. And he only had a 4-point lead over Ezekiel. So as it stands now, Ezekiel get 30 points. And Albert will get 24 points. So that will effectively put Ezekiel in the lead.
He's going to
by
be kicking himself.
2 points. Yep. He will definitely be kicking himself.
Well, that's it really. End of race. It's just about bringing it home.
That's it. Well, we were starting to have a very good battle between the top two and then suddenly no fuel.
Nope.
That is unfortunate. I'm still on board here with Bucktoom, and it looks like he has put in a nice gap between himself and Battered Zero. Now it's up to 6 seconds. And Ezekiel... Oh, Albert has made it to the pits.
Here we go.
Albert has finally made it to the pits. Being a lap down even.
They're going to need to install afterburners if he's going to catch up.
Oh my word. It's going to be... What's that? 16 laps of hell for him to get to catch up to those guys. And there he goes, Ezekiel lapping him for a second time. So he's effectively 2 laps down.
Yeah. Very unfortunate. Looks like we've got a question from Jester. Reason admin made it a 3-pit race with pit lap indicators. Well, the reason was basically the Ferrari couldn't go any longer than 8 laps.
Well, it wasn't only the Ferrari. I think there was 2 other cars that also struggled to get to the pit windows. So it forced us to actually make the decision to go over to a 3-pit stop. I mean, with certain games, there is you can see quite a good difference between running on low fuel and fresh tires, where guys can be 2 seconds a lap faster. But unfortunately, Forza is not one of those games as yet. So let's hope for good things to come to Forza 8.
Yeah, it seems when they say homologated, it's more about power to weight ratio than anything else, which is crazy really, because you want to race in the homologated divisions, but I'm sure they'll sort it out. I know there's a lot of tyre physics they're going to introduce with Forza 8 as well.
Yeah.
So
well, we're hoping for the K-Tech, we are asking the exact same question. Where is all the AM guys? Well, I believe some of them has got load shedding. No one has as yet told us about load shedding, but there's a couple of guys that couldn't make it to tonight's race, and they'll be back for the next race.
Yeah,
so
it's caused a disruption, hasn't it? The load shedding, it's broken the routine. I think that's some of the guys probably didn't realise the race was tonight or something like that.
Well, Wasim is still in hospital now, so we're wishing him all the best to get well soon. But he has promised us as soon as he's out of the hospital, he is straight back on the gaming.
Yeah, Wasim is a crowd favourite.
Yes, he's definitely a crowd favourite. He knows how to please the crowd.
Yeah. we've got Jester here as well saying feels sorry for Albert. Yeah, 2 laps down, he's got to hurt. And Reaper, what a pity, he went horribly wrong very quick for Albert. Yeah, it did. He'll be watching his fuel gauge from now on, so lesson learned.
Well, I'm quickly gonna jump on and check everyone's fuel gauges. So you guys can more or less have a indication of what the fuel usage is. And see, Ezekiel pitted on lap 8, I believe, and he's already got less than half a tank of fuel left.
Right.
And it's only 6 laps later.
Oh no, Albert's into the barrier again, just too early on the gas.
Oh my word, I'm seeing. At least his gauge, his fuel gauge is full. Okay, so Battered Zero also very low on fuel. I can't remember what lap he actually pitted.
It was the same lap as Ezekiel, wasn't it? Didn't they go in the same time?
I believe so. Wasn't that Bucktoom perhaps? But it looks like Bucktoom's got a very good fuel tank as well.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Reaper's
yeah,
saying
it
that.
makes it a bit interesting with the fuel tank usage and so on.
Well, that's it. We've got a broad spectrum of cars entered into this Hypercar Series this time, and like Reaper says, I think everyone's going to be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, definitely. From now on inwards. Yes, K-Tech, that Ferrari is very thirsty. But I mean, if you look at the lap times that Ferrari can do, it's no wonder it's thirsty.
Okay. After Zero's going into the pits now.
Okay, so far Albert's with the best lap of a 2:12.
That's right. He's trying to unlap himself at the moment now.
Well, he's got 2 laps to go, so hopefully he can get a lap back or so. That would be ideal.
Let's go back to some Hollywood cams. What do you reckon, guys? There we go. Looking good, Ezekiel.
I'm on board with Alberts again. That McLaren just looks fantastic.
Must say, you know, I mean, Forza is, what, 3 years old now, and it does look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, well, if you compare it to games that was released later, like Project Cars 2, the graphics is definitely a lot better, but with Project Cars they focused a bit more on physics like tire wear and stuff like that. So to each game they have their pros and each game have their cons.
Yeah, a little drift there from Ezekiel. Looks like he's enjoying himself. Oh, he's got Team CBR on the side. There you go, guys. All you boys in the chat. Oh, lovely.
No, we've got 13 laps left to go.
Yeah. Not much of a race, I'm afraid.
Unfortunately, yes. But it still gives us a time to test out the new things that we added, the new...
Yeah, but this is
effects.
also valuable points for these guys. This is a championship after all, and it's about promotion, relegation, that type of thing. Potential prizes.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I'm definitely sure that Albert will be keeping an eye on his fuel gauge going through the next race. He'll definitely be gutted, winning the first race and then coming down second race, only to be stuck without fuel on lap 12. Or was it lap 10? I can't remember. Yeah. But yeah, he will definitely not be happy with himself. But it's one thing that I've also realized with Forza is that, for instance, when I race, it doesn't show my fuel gauge. I need to go and check the damage of the car before I can see the fuel gauge.
Isn't that weird?
That is extremely strange because my brother says he can see his fuel gauge permanently, but with me, I don't know if it's probably maybe a thing with the 1X perhaps. So maybe Albert's had that same issue where he didn't see his fuel gauge. So it's maybe something to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a glitch from Forza that some guys get it and some guys don't. But it's definitely, if that was the case, it's definitely annoying. Because I was racing around yesterday and I got to lap 15 and I'm like, oh my word, I still don't have a fuel gauge. What's happening with my fuel? And then I checked the damage. I'm like, ooh, I'm on like 10% left or 20% left. I'm like, ooh, getting close to pitting time now.
Well, you can lose a lot of time though if you've got to check your damage screen, you know, during a race.
Yeah. Because it's not. It seems easy to get to it, but in a race, it takes so much concentration to press the buttons because.
Right, Bugtoon's just gone into the pits.
It seems quick and easy to do it through a straight, But I mean, one wrong button and you need to restart all that whole procedure of getting to the damage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to lose focus in that. And Ezekiel is also in the pit, lap 18, lap 16. It's 8 laps after his first pit. And he will still keep his first place.
Oh, it says Alberts is only plus 1 lap now. So he has unlapped himself by 1 lap at least.
Yes, but now the rest of the guys is all pitted twice, whereas Alberts is only pitted once.
Right, okay.
Yes, so yeah, it will probably come back to 2 laps once he pits again. Well, he's put in a 2-minute 11 lap now, so it's looking good for him. And I think also another thing that threw the guys out was when you had the practice lobby open before the race, it was on light rain or no rain, very wet track.
Yeah, well, it was started on heavy rain and then it went to fog or something like that. Yeah. Did a 2:07 opening lap.
Nice.
Oh, Alberts is into the barrier again. Oh,
again,
pushing the limits.
Oh. And
Ezekiel comes past.
There goes Ezekiel lapping him again, so there he goes to plus 2 laps again. And Alberts, you can see he's on half a tank of fuel right now.
Right.
So he pitted, I think it was lap 10.
Around lap 10.
When he eventually got into, well, on his lap 10, when he eventually got into the pits.
I think Ezekiel plans to lap pit every 8 laps. Or he has done so far.
Well, he's going to have to. Well, he has to. That's enable for him to actually make it to the end of the race by only pitting 3 times. Well, he can pit on lap 20 now and then make it, but I mean, the best thing for him will be to pit on lap 22 and then have the last 6 laps going all out. Okay, so Bucktomb has got a full tank of juice still. And Ezekiel comfortably in the lead, followed by Alberts being a lap, or 2 laps down actually.
For his own pride, he's going to want to get past.
Yes, definitely. Just to show that, you know what, if I didn't get stuck without fuel, I would have been able to fight for the lead here. Yeah.
But they are very matched for pace, it looks like. Albert's strong in areas and Ezekiel comes back in other areas. It's very evenly matched at this moment.
Well, you can definitely see the Senna is definitely faster on the straights. Whereas the Ferrari just has it in the corners. And Alberts goes past. See, Alberts is a lot earlier on the brakes than Ezekiel in the Ferrari.
I'm still with Alberts and Ezekiel here.
Yeah, no, same here. I'm on board with Ezekiel, checking Alberts going through Maggots and Beckett's. And lapping himself. And see, on the straight, definitely Alberts has got the top of the Ferrari going there. Yep, Katek also confirming that he can only also get 8 laps on a tank with the Ferrari. Yeah, this Ferrari is very thirsty. And
the concept behind the pit windows is to even out the racing to stop any kind of a pit strategy to take advantage. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what happened previously is you'll get guys, well, with the reverse grid being exited at the beginning of the race because you see some very good overtakes in the first couple of laps. But what the guys tended to do was, after lap 1, go straight into the pits.
I see.
And then from there you go out and you just do timed laps, lap after lap. And there's no one around you to battle, so no one is slowing you down. So you can just go out and do your stuff, banging in fast lap, one after the other. And when everyone else pits, you in any case in the lead of the race.
Yeah, I see.
Without overtaking anyone. So the pit windows just brought it in that you need to get to a certain lap.
It keeps everyone packed together.
And then it keeps everyone going at it. And if someone is in a good battle, because like you'll have a guy being able to be very, very good around the corners and not be very good around the straights, but he can be able to keep someone behind him that is faster just because he's good on the corners.
I see.
So that keeps the racing going for the entire race. And
so to counteract
the guys they need,
the defensive
so the guys
strategy.
need to think about when to pit in those 2 or 3 lap window, because what we normally tended to see was the guys that pitted the first lap of the pit window, they have hotter tires by lap 3 when the other guys pit.
Right.
And then you'll see a battle between those guys with hot tires versus the cold tires. So it definitely brings out that battle that we all want to watch.
Yeah. So it makes it all about the fight.
Yes, definitely.
Well, it looks like Alberts
Because
is pulling a nice gap here. I know it's not for the lead or anything, but he's managed to get past Ezekiel.
Well, yeah, and he's like you say, he is putting up a gap between himself and Alberts, and it means that he definitely had the speed to actually. I mean, he's the last lap looks like 3 seconds faster for Alberts than Ezekiel.
He's definitely on
And
the
3
move.
seconds can be a lot of time.
But I wonder when he's going to fit his pit stop in though now, because he's got 8 laps and he's still got 2 pit stops.
Well, essentially, Alberts will be on lap 19, I believe.
Right. Okay.
Yes. I'm going to check now. I'm going to put on his fuel gauge. And then I'm going to check what his car's fuel is on. And as you guys can see, it's already orange. So I think he should be able to get maybe another lap or 2 in. Then he has to go into the pits.
Damn, these cars look good.
And the Hollywood cams just makes them pop even more. Battered Zero going around in 3rd place still. Well, I would say spot number 2 and 3 will be relieved for their podium. Because at one stage it looked like we were only going to have 3 guys racing. So with 5 guys pitching up, it seemed for a better start of the race. Bucktomb is actually only 4 seconds behind Ezekiel.
I think 5 is probably the absolute minimum you can have to classify it as a race, really.
Yeah, I would say so as well. And I heard some noise in the background.
I just saw something there.
A bit of thunder going around.
Somebody looked like they were off track though there. Well, I don't think Ezekiel's had an easier race than this one.
Definitely not. I'm quickly jumping on board each guy and just scrolling through the liveries that they put on. And this purple color on the Buck Tomb's car looks fantastic.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? The metallic purple, yeah.
Yes, and it really pops out. On board now with Ezekiel with this whistling Ferrari. It sounds fantastic, actually. I'm actually checking now. He's got the Biffelsfontein Brandewijn logo on the car as well. Support the locals, bedarf yourself. Now, the red and white really came together on this car. It definitely looks good. On board with Battered Zero now on this another Ferrari, the 599. I think this is the Evolution, if I'm not mistaken. And he's got the Italian flag going around or over the car, over the bonnet, the top and the boot. Actually looks very good.
I'm just looking at the standings. If everything stays as it is, Ezekiel and Buck Tomb will move their way to the top 2 spots in the championship standings after this race.
Well,
Battered Zero
in
in
actual
third.
fact, Albert's, I think Albert and Buck Tomb will be level on points.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes. In second and third place.
So a
but
fourth in
Ezekiel
this
will
is equal to a normal fourth, points-wise.
Yes, yeah.
Wow,
No,
okay,
points-wise it will be
They're all getting big points.
Yep, everyone. Well, first place gets 30 points. Second place will get 28 points. Third with 26, and then fourth will get 24, and then fifth place will get 22 points. So if you look at Albert's now, he will get 24 points. So that will give him 54 points. And with Ezekiel getting 30, I think he's going to go to 56 points.
Okay. So the
Yeah, so
very
it's going
nice
to be a
points.
2-point lead for him. Battered Zero, I think he's got 24 points, and if he's going to get 28 here, quick maths, that's also going to put him on 52, I believe. So yeah, it's going to be a 2-point difference for the top 3 guys. So it's very good.
Well, here we go. We've got Jester
4
again in
points
chat.
total.
CBR for AM champs. Really excited about the CBR. Yeah, it looks like at this stage,
definitely.
man.
Well, yeah, definitely at this stage.
Right, Buck Tomb now going into the pits.
I'm on board with Albert's here in his green McLaren, and it really looks good with the black on the front.
This 599 FXX is nice to drive. It's a car that you'd happily take to every track, but it's not going to break any records. Also going into the pits.
Are you talking about
Battered Zero.
Battered Zero's car?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, it's a very favourable car, and if you can, in the rain, I would have definitely swapped it to all-wheel drive. You'd definitely get a bit more traction coming out of the corners with the all-wheel drive. Okay, on board with Buck Tomb again. We're on lap 23, so everyone needs to take their final pit stop now.
Ezekiel, no, he's turned it around. Oh no. Is this for position? Oh, he shouldn't have
I
done
believe
that.
it is.
He shouldn't have done
I
that.
believe
Reversed
it
on
is.
track. Steward's inquiry.
Well, let's hope he didn't get in anyone's way there. I think Bucktum definitely kept an eye on that as well.
Wow.
But it's still unsafe.
Controversial.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Bucktum is currently in the lead of this race
That's
now.
right. 5 laps to go.
Ezekiel definitely proving again that the fatigue of racing for an hour definitely can get to you.
Yeah, well, as you said, you got to
And we've got
concentrate.
concentrate for 28 laps. It's not an easy task.
The race is on. Do they still need to pit, or have they had all 3 pits now?
Sorry, Gary, please ask again.
Do they need to pit still, or?
I've got no idea. I think if they do need to pit, they need to pit right now. I haven't counted Bucktum's pit stops.
Ezekiel with another unforced error there.
No, that would definitely be unfortunate for him. And I think he's dropping down. He's now 4.5 seconds behind Bucktum.
I would have bet the house on him winning this race. Can you believe it? 4 seconds.
I should have taken that bet.
I know.
I could have had a house by the sea. Everyone that lives in Gauteng wants a house at the sea, so
Absolutely.
it would have worked out perfectly.
Fish and chips every day.
Yo, my word, and those chips was brilliantly delicious.
Ezekiel's closing the gap. Less than 3 seconds
No,
now.
I think Bucktum made a mistake. The pressure of the final couple of laps is definitely getting to these guys.
Right, okay, we've got a repit in the chat. Apparently they've only pitted twice, both Bucktum and Ezekiel.
Well, we'll definitely have a look at that because they definitely have to pit 3 times according to the race.
I believe this so close
They
to the
actually
end.
had to put their last time on lap 22 actually. So yeah, let's see. Well, when you set up the lobby, you definitely made it 3 mandatory stops. So
yes.
yeah, we'll just have to check if they pit again. Then there'll definitely be an inquiry about their pit
Ezekiel
stops.
running it too deep again there. He must be clipping the
There
puddle
can
and then losing his brakes.
It can be very controversial heading to the end of this race.
It is controversial, yeah. But it was
Do
a
we
done
see
deal.
guys getting penalties
Yeah.
for pitting late, not pitting within the window?
Well, you've seen all these guys in chat. These CBR boys are going to go crazy.
You'll still see Albert winning the race, even being a lap down.
Hey, you know what? We've
That
got
would be fun.
a big pat on the back though for sticking with it. I know most of the guys would have just quit by
Definitely.
now.
Well, I can tell you now, if it was me, I would have probably just left it there on the back straight, just quit
Yeah.
the race.
Yeah. But
And,
as it stands, he's getting
hats
the
off.
points for a 4th position. So
Yeah, hats off to him for completing the race,
Yeah.
actually sticking through to it. Yeah, definitely hats off. Not for rage quitting, that's definitely hats off.
okay, so no one's going in the pits yet. They're staying out again.
Yeah, I think maybe they've all done their 3 stops.
So Ezekiel's got 3 laps left. Can he do it? Or do you think, boys from CBR, can he do it?
Well, he is 4.5 seconds back again. Bucktoon will be highly impressed if
Ecstatic.
he can actually win this race. Yeah, because I mean he just joined this series for the first time in ORLSA, and in your second race, then winning a race, that will definitely be something achievable for him.
Well, I'm not sure if this one's going to feel like a win. It'll probably feel more like a theft.
Well, most probably yes, but it'd still be impressive. I mean, he's beaten Alberts and Ezekiel. I mean, Alberts been in pro before. Ezekiel, I think this is his second season or his third season racing with ORLSA. So it's still it will still be a victory for him that he can be proud of, beating the likes of Alberts and Ezekiel on track.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though,
but I just think
he got stuck without
he might feel it slip through his fingers. You know what I mean? He was holding that.
Are you talking about Ezekiel?
Ezekiel,
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Ezekiel will be gutted by not winning this race. He kept his composure going the entire race.
Yeah. Only
for the last couple of laps to lose concentration. So yeah, that will definitely hamper.
Yeah, we got Reaper here saying Alberts might sneak something if something happens with the pits. Could also be true. And we've got Jester saying he's got to support his boy. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. So Bucktoon and Ezekiel are both Team CBR, right? So the team are winning no matter what happens. Cool. It's a win-win for everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's good.
Two laps to go. I think it's cool these guys are forming teams. Strengthens the team spirit.
Definitely.
Ooh. Bucktoon did his fastest lap on the last lap, so he's definitely getting comfortable with the track. Five seconds now, the gap between first and second. If anything, it looks like
laps remaining.
Yeah, Bucktoon's actually opening the gap, corner by corner.
Oh well, it's up to 5 seconds now. So it's definitely so far it looks like Bucktoon is going to take it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, K-Tech is confirming in chat that they have actually taken all 3 of their pit stops. Well, we'll see if someone gets disqualified after the race.
Yeah.
Then we know they only took 2 pit stops. But I believe Ezekiel should definitely have taken 3 pit stops. That Ferrari wouldn't have made it on 2 stops.
I'm sure the guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and you've got the number on the bottom left showing that you need to do still this amount of pits from this amount of pits. So if they didn't do all 3, they would be reminded.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Devitt didn't even manage a lap, did he, before he got DC'd?
I think he finished 1 lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And he's another one of our new members, is he?
Yeah, he joined for the first time tonight. So
fantastic.
I think maybe there's a couple of settings that caught him out by surprise.
Lots of new faces around the place.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good thing for the guys coming up. hoping for more new guys joining by the next race.
We're on the penultimate lap now. Boktoum is in the lead.
Yeah, he's got a 7-second gap now. But you can see as they go through the cornering sections, Ezekiel is definitely much faster with the Ferrari. He brings it down to 6.5 seconds, and then on the straight it goes back up to 7 seconds again. I'm going to jump on board with Boktoum as he comes to complete his final lap through corners 3 and 4 right now.
There we go. That's right, Jester. White flag's out. Final lap. Here we go.
Yeah. Let's get this race over with. That will definitely be a good win for Team CBR.
This is going to turn the championship board on its head. I mean, when the guys come back for the next race in this series, they'll wonder why they're so far behind.
That's true. Well, previously with the AM group, we had actually the winner getting 60 points, so now it's back down to 30 points again.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely. But I mean, if you look at Boktoum now, he was on 24 points heading up to this race, and now he's going to get 30, so that will put him on 54.
Yeah, 54.
I believe with Ezekiel being second, he will also get be on 54 points.
Yeah.
And then Alberts might also be on 54 points. So we might even have a 3-way lead in the second race. So yeah, let's see what happens. Alberts is down to 2 laps again.
We've got fantastic tracks for this series, though. I know I've said it before, but with Mugello, Catalunya, I can't even remember the others now. We've been to Green Hell. We're doing Silverstone. Oh yeah, Kota as well.
Oh, it's not one worth mentioning. I don't really like that track, but yeah.
Ooh, there we go. Well done.
Boktoum coming over the line with a brilliant win for him. Ezekiel coming over the line in second place. Oh, backwards even. And then we've got Battered Zero. Also, well, he's still getting onto the back section. Excuse me, to the back section of this track. And then Albert still need another lap to go. What did you put the?
End of race time, it was 8 minutes.
8 minutes, okay, sweet.
8 minutes!
Oh, that's good. That will give Alberts definitely the time to finish the race. Battered Zero, he's still got over half a tank left. So yeah, that's good. He'll definitely finish the race. And number 41 coming through the final 2 corners. The final corner onto the main straight. Coming over the line for a well-deserved 3rd place. Keeping himself clean and on track the entire time. So now it's just Alberts that needs to finish. He's still got an entire lap to go.
Driver Tar should be ghosted.
Yes, it will definitely be. He's on the back straight now, coming underneath the Silverstone bridge, heading up to the final 5 corners of the track. Chicane coming ahead with the pit entry on the right hand side. It's a very nasty chicane, this, if you take it wrong.
You accelerate too early, yeah, you find yourself pointing in the wrong direction.
Yep. Coming over the line, starting his final lap right now.
Yeah, we've got Reaper again in the chat here saying good race, gents. He's gutted for Albert, so yeah, absolutely. Would have been more interesting, but congrats on the podium winners. Yep, well done. Team CBR,
Definitely.
it seems. Well done.
Yep.
Moving up
One
the
and
ranks.
two as they wanted. Not in the order that they preferred, probably, but it's a very good result for them.
Like I say, I think Ezekiel will be happy with second.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like I said, I think this is going to throw the championship wide open now with 3 races to go.
Yeah. The guys who missed it are going to be gutted.
Definitely. Definitely. They'll be even more points behind now than what they would have been.
Now might be a good time to put up the sponsors logo.
Are you talking about the sponsors ad?
Yes.
Okay, now I'll put it on as soon as Alberts go over the line. Then I'll quickly have it going through. And yeah, guys, as we said before, the sponsor is Mayfair Gearbox. So if you have any gearbox queries, just give them a call. They will happily assist you guys. You'll get the number of the ad that we put together for them, which we will put on screen as soon as Alberts goes over the line. Okay, Albert's coming through to the final chicane. Final corner coming up right now.
Well done. Sheer determination. Well done, Albert, man.
Definitely.
Well
Being
done.
stuck without petrol and then still managing to finish the race. That is just incredible. Motivation right there.
Yeah.
We'll call it motivation 101.
Never say die. Right, so here's the finishing positions. We have Buck Tomb, who managed to steal P1. Well done there. Ezekiel, P2. Batted Zero, P3. Alberts, P4. And Divot, unfortunately, DC'd in P5.
Yes. Well, guys, I'm quickly going to bring up the sponsorship ad on the screen right now.